And we're back for game 2 of the losers set here for Group O of the FX Open event. We are going to have CreatorPrime up against Supernova right now. So Ohana coming up, I am unstable, joined here by Railcoon. As we jump straight into it, we have Supernova up here at the top left as our red Terran. And then down here at the bottom right is going to be our blue Protoss in CreatorPrime. So last game we saw a pretty late game going on. However, Creator, it seems to be the trend these days in the games we're seeing. One player gets the advantage of keeps taking out the third bases over and over again. Right? And then it seems very strange.
They just don't give up the pressure when that happens. The Korean players especially are getting better at getting a lead and then never giving it up. Just like finding ways that realizing I just hurt you really bad and just keeping the vice grip on. And it's really difficult to deal with in some of those situations. You just gotta kind of hope they make a mistake. Creator did make a few minor micro errors, but it just wasn't enough for Supernova to pull back in. There were a few points where it was looking like he was being a bit close to it, but then in those really clutch situations, Creator had his micro spot on, did everything he needed to, and he just slammed the door in his face, basically.
Yeah, at the same time, we do see fast expands coming out from both players. Supernova does have a little bit of an edge there, does know what's going on with his opponent, as Creator's probe was actually stuck inside the main there for Supernova. But either way, we're probably going to see another late game scenario here coming in from both these players. Unless Creator decides to do some kind of gateway timing to take advantage of Supernova, maybe trying to cut corners, which you have seen happen from time to time, which will be really good, so we'll see how we go.
Yeah, I'm just looking at this, and Creator did, you know, get his own Nexus down, so I'm curious, like, sometimes the Protoss players are tempted to just like expand themselves really hard, but after that last game where he was just able to keep denying the third, it seems like that's a better game plan when Supernova is kind of starting off with a similar build they did the last game. I'd expect Creator just to kind of do the same thing. He might not do the Dark Templars this time, just because like you can still find other ways to secure your own third without having to use the DTs.
Yeah. And
he's going to be a little bit more paranoid about it this time, but I would expect him just to have the same general type of game plan, get his third base secure somehow, apply pressure to Supernovas in any way he can, and see if he can get him to cancel it, because that's what really put him so far ahead.
Yeah, that's very true. First bunker going down here now. Creator does going to move to that 3 gateway. He's actually rallied everything over into the middle of the map here, so we might be looking to put on that 3 gateway pressure, which we've sometimes seen players just outright die to. He has popped up, seen that there is that bunker there. However, we do have a Tech Lab factory follow-up behind this, so this is going to be very vulnerable to any kind of gateway pressure coming into the natural here. We also see a starport on the right-hand side, which is likely going to be for some Cloak Banshees yet again, because they were very effective for Supernova in the last game.
Part of that's because of the Dark Templar opening at the same time. So if like Creator doesn't go for the Dark Templars, he's going to be much more likely to have that robotics out in time.
Well, this is not looking good for Supernova, because we are going to see some 3 gateway pressure. We've got three Stalkers, 2 Zealots coming up to the front there. He just needs one more warp in because he's gone for that fat tank behind here. No siege mode at all. That can be targeted down quite quickly here by the Stalkers. And we do have this Tech Lab going down from back over here on the right-hand side. But do we have... Yes, we do have a robotics facility come down from Creator right as I went to look for it.
He could have run by that bunker if he really wanted to, but he just wasn't feeling aggressive enough to do that. Because just the one bunker doesn't really cover that run by. He had a lot of units. Like you were saying, after that extra warp in, he could have just completely stopped that. But look at the way Creator is positioning his units. He saw not very many units on defense, and he pulled back, and he's feeling suspicious. He thinks that there's either some kind of a drop coming in or something tricky. And he's actually in a position to block the Banshee as it comes out. Robotics facility is going to finish in time where he can chrono boost out an observer and beat the cloak upgrade. And Creator did see this army moving out with the watchtower, so he saw the size of the army. It's still confirming the fact that's not very large for this point in the game, especially if you're going Marine tank. And so that's really put him into the defensive posture. He has made the Immortal first, so you will have the opportunity to do a little bit of damage to this cloak, but I don't think it's going to be a ton.
No, well, he is moving out. Oh, he's bringing a couple of Stalkers back just in case. On the field, there is no Observer just yet. It is coming out after this Immortal, which is just finishing up here, but he's moving forward. He's actually going to get caught. The Banshee does get caught on the right-hand side, taking a lot of damage, actually, There we go. There the cloak comes in, and the Observer is instantly chrono boosted and sent over into the natural. At the same time, Creator is chasing down this army for Supernova straight across the map. He's going to get a lot of these Marines, actually. This is going to be very dangerous for Supernova. His Banshee is being thwarted here by the Observer and a couple of Stalkers. Well, he's actually not paying attention right now because he's microwing at the front here. There is no siege mode, remember, and is he going to be able to get down this bunker? Yes, he will. There's a lot of SCVs at the front now. He's trying to do what damage he can. The Immortal is now in the mix here. He still has that forward pylon. He's got a second Banshee coming into the main. At the same time, he's got one stuck at the back there. He's actually got a Cloaker. There we go. And we do see the Observer coming forward. At the same time, he's still fighting with everything up here. Why is Supernova only fighting with half his force? There we go.
Yeah, I don't know. This is actually going pretty well for Creator because he's splitting his attention with the Banshees. Now the Immortal's going to get some couple of really crucial shots off on these tanks. That could be it, Unstable.
Yeah, it looks like it is. He's got reinforcements being warped in because he still has this pylon at the front. He's dealt quite nicely with the double Banshee harass, even though he got that Immortal. The Immortal does go down, but there's still quite a few Stalkers at the front. We do not see anything other than Marines on the production tab. He didn't have stim here at all, so there's the GG, and it looks like Creator will go into our final match to play up against Complexity's Gosu user to see who advances to the round of 32 at the second spot. We'll be right back. Stay with us.